It's time for The Pet Show with America's favorite pet expert, Warren Eckstein. Warren is the author of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want and How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want. He's here to answer all your pet and animal questions. And now, Warren Eckstein.
Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to The Pet Show. Is your beagle acting a little bashful? Does your calico kitten need some confidence? Are your Shih Tzus a little shy? Well, if you love animals, care about wildlife and the environment, and want to really get inside your dog or cat's head and understand how they think, they know how you think. Maybe you should learn how they think. If you have questions or comments, give me a call. Stay tuned because once again, right here, right now, it is time for The Pet Show, America's first and only real pet psychology, pet training, pet behavior, pet care, pet love, pet lifestyle. We got it all here on The Pet Show because this show is directly concerned about your relationship with your pets. Hey, listen, lots of great stuff coming up on today's show as always. Before I get to that, though, if you're new to the show or regular to the show, if you have questions or comments and you have a specific question about your dog or cat's behavior, or maybe concerned about the weather that's coming around the next day or so, if your dog is chewing, jumping, barking, your cat is scratching, not using the litter box, doesn't like the new cat, all of these things we'll cover. So if you have questions or comments, great time to give me a call. Also, if you're new to the show, everyone that does call into the show gets a fabulous gift for their dog or cat. A lot of the items I give away worth as much as $40 or $50. And again, the reason I give them away is very often the product I'm giving away is related to the resolution you're looking for your dog or cat's issue. So great time to give me a call. Plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away. I really do like would want to hear from listeners out there that have questions or concerns about the weather that's coming up. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on the show as well. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752, 866-870-KRLA. As I said, plenty of time for your calls. Everyone that does call in with a question or a comment or to share a story or brag about an older dog or older cat will get a fabulous gift for their dog or cat. It's not for you, it's for your dog or cat. Again, that number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me tell you what's coming up on today's show. However, let me just state for you that I will be sharing some really life-saving information. The approaching storm coming in, having served as a spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security during Katrina, they contacted me, and I all over the country speaking to everybody about preparedness. So I have a little background on that, so maybe I can guide you guys. But if you have any questions, you're not sure what to do, if you have an outdoor cat, you don't know any idea, great time to give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. But also coming up on today's show, and this is really I know that my engineer, Alex, is going to be totally aggravated, but I want you guys to listen carefully. Some people say, can you imagine that some people have the audacity to say that cats don't have emotions and cats don't have feelings? But if you have ever been owned by a cat, you know how false that statement is. Coming up, what emotion do cats share with their guardians? Listen, I'm on your side, guys. What kind of people would say that cats don't have feelings and cats don't have emotions? As I said, you've never been owned by one. They are amazing. Absolutely incredible, amazing. The only problem that cats have is very often they're a little too bright than the people that they live with. And let me tell you, that is the truth. Hey, also coming up, as more and more people are seeking alternative medicine for their dogs and cats, I'm going to take a look at that today, but I'm going to specifically talk about acupuncture. I've gone through acupuncture. It's made a major difference in my life. A lot of people poo-poo it and say, it's voodoo, whatever. We're going to talk about it and whether or not it really works. And would you rather have your veterinarian come to your home, or would you rather take your dog or cat to the veterinarian? More and more veterinarians are now making house calls. I think that's a good thing. What do you think? Give me a call. And I hate to bring this up. Someone called me this week and said, Warren, my dog is selfish. You think you get strange phone calls. Warren, my dog is selfish. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So, can animals be selfish? I don't know. We'll take a look at that. Again, the number here, 866-870-KRLA. What I'm going to be giving away on today's show, I'll be giving away Lucy Pet Food. I'll be giving away Kitty Lickies. I'll be giving away Nature Vet products. If you have a dog that's scooting their butt or has allergies, I'll be giving away all natural herbal flea spray, my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treats. I'll be giving away copies of my best-selling books, the amazing T-shirts that say none of my friends walk upright. So plenty of time for your calls. Lots of pretty stuff, amazing stuff to give away. Again, that number, 866-870-5752, 866-870-KRLA. As always, plenty of time for your questions and comments. Lots of great stuff to give away. So if your pet is jumping, chewing, scratching, confused about the litter box, maybe that beautiful rescued puppy isn't housebroken, doesn't get along with other dogs, and your dog believes that if it moves, he's got to hump it, give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. The question of the day is pretty simple. Any questions that you have, obviously, but would you prefer veterinary house calls versus taking your dog or cat to the vet? That can be stressful. Would you prefer house calls? Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA. Lots of great stuff coming up on today's show. Plenty of time to answer all of your pet and animal questions. There may be some open lines today. I'm aware that people are out there making preparations for the storm that is going to be hitting us. I believe it's hitting us a little bit earlier tomorrow. Let me go over a little background with me and why it's so important that if you have questions, you give me a call. I don't want to sound egotistical, but you know, I grew up on Long Island, so I'm very familiar with storms and hurricanes and nor'easters, and I also served as a emergency medical technician with the Oceanside Fire Department in search and rescue. So I'm quite aware that very often people just assume that, you know what, it's no big deal. The news overplayed it last time. They may have overplayed it this time. Having up with the rescues, going out in rowboats and saving dogs in the water. Let me tell you, and people for that matter, this is not anything to joke about. I hope that the meteor is wrong. I hope that it passes us by without any major, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. So later on, I'm going to talk specifically about some things that you can do. We have today to prepare, but we should be prepared in Southern California 24/7, 365 with the fires and earthquakes, other things that can happen. So I want to do that. If you guys have questions about that, and not sure what to do or how to calm your dog down or cat down with the lightning and the thunder that may be coming as well. What happens if you lose power in your home? How are your dog or cat's going to react to that? So great time to give me a call if you have a question or a comment. The phone number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'll take some questions, by the way, if you want to shoot me a question on YouTube. We're doing live YouTube today, so it's youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. So plenty of time coming up. I'm also going to do share some information for you about maybe some pet trivia today. We'll do some pet trivia. Did you know, for example, that Rin Tin Tin was nominated for an Academy Award? Didn't win, but he was nominated. I shouldn't say he or she. Rin Tin Tin was a female, played a male on the air, so I don't know, very apropos nowadays, but Rin Tin Tin was nominated for an Academy Award. So if you have a question or a comment, want to share a great story about a recently adopted shelter dog or a dog you took off the street, or maybe you're feeding some feral cats outside, you're not sure what to do with the storm coming in, the phone number here, 866-870-5752, 866-870-KRLA. Also, besides some of the topics I wanted to talk about today, I want you to give me a call if you agree with this statement I'm going to make. Some people would refer to me, and they said last week that, you know what, man, dogs, they don't live the same life that we live. What kind of joy does a dog have? And this is my response. And I'd love to hear from you, because this may sound a little eccentric to some people. I believe that perhaps dogs are the most joyous living thing in the world. The most joyous living thing in the world. Why would I say that? Well, here's why. Pick up a leash. Your dog could care less where he's going, what time it is. He just wants to go. Let's say I go to Molly and Willie. Hey, Molly and Willie, we're going to go for a ride in the car. They don't care if I'm going to the beach. They don't care if I'm going to the store. They don't care where I'm going. They just want to go to the ride and be with me. I'm telling you, dogs take the time to enjoy the little things in life. That's something we can really learn from them. All right, things are good today. I got food on the table today. I can deal with that. So, dogs are joyous. Agree or disagree with me? Give me a call. The phone number 866-870 KRLA 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. The lines are open, so I got plenty of time for your calls. I know it is hard to get through sometimes. If you have questions or comments or want to share a great story, if you have any concerns about the storm that's coming up, we'll talk about that as well. Also, this is another thing. I think school started in Los Angeles this week, or it's starting next week. I'm not exactly sure. But the bottom line is, what happens? Do you know how tough this be for dogs out there? Listen to me carefully here. Now, this may sound a little crazy, but I want you to follow me. We went through COVID. How many years? We were home with our dogs 24/7, our cats 24/7. Then the restrictions were lifted and we went out. Maybe didn't spend as much time outside as we did before COVID. But again, our dogs were left alone stayed home for a long period of time. And now, take a look at what's going on. The kids are getting ready to go back to school. So the kids and the dogs that have been buds for the last God knows how many years are all of a sudden going to be separated 7-8 hours a day, maybe more with sports and whatever. Interesting. So think about the dogs. Think about the cats. Here's the bottom line. I don't want to make you feel guilty, but I'm going to. All right? You need to spend quality time with your pets. They've been through everything you guys have been through. They've been through the COVID. They've been through the restrictions. They've been through letting out, go back. They've been through it all. Now, kids going back to school. So what's going to happen? Are dogs and cats going to be lonely? Are you going to come home one day and your totally well-behaved dog has chewed up your couch and your favorite shoes? There are things you can do. So if you have a question about that, give me a call. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me take a break. We'll get back to talking about your pets, and I'll be taking your calls at that time. Again, that number, 866-870-5752. I'm also going to be giving away on today's show some herbal flea spray and some anti-lick paw spray, hot spot foam, no scoot for the dogs that scoot, and some great allergy stuff, some brand new stuff from my friends over at Nature Vet. So great time to call me, 866-870-5752, 866-870-5752. Quick break, then right back at you. Now, We certainly do love cats. We are back on the Pet Show. Great time to give me a call if you have a question or a comment. Your dog is jumping, humping, your cat is scratching. Maybe their behaviors change a little bit. Maybe your dog or cat seems a little blue, a little depressed. Maybe the kids went off to college, they're back at school. Can you really determine, are people really intuitive enough to pick up on their dog or cat's emotions? Love to hear from you, question or comment. Great time to give me a call. Lots of great stuff to give away. The phone number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through to the Pet Show. Just before I get to a couple of phone calls here, here's something that someone asked me about this week. Warren, why do dogs curl up in a ball when they go to sleep or they lie down? The reason for that, it's instinctive behavior. When a dog is sleeping, they're very vulnerable to be attacked by predators out there. By curling up into a small ball, it gives them the opportunity to protect their most important organs. So that's one of the reasons, the main reason, that dogs will curl up when they go to sleep, or if they're just lying down and don't feel comfortable. They curl up in a ball to protect their organs. Hey, the phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me start out with a phone call from Kathy in Huntington Beach. Hey, Kathy, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hey. Hi, Warren. Yeah, I'm worrying if my dog is having anxiety or skin issues. He seems to be chewing every part of his body. I mean, his leg looks like a chicken leg.
What type of dog do you have? What type of dog is it, Kathy?
He's a rescue. I think he's like a poodle schnauzer kind of mix, maybe.
A schnoodle. So we got a blended mix there, a schnoodle. I love schnoodles. So let me ask you another question. How old is he?
He's 10.
Okay, he's 10 years old. Is this the first time this has occurred?
This year, yes. This is the first time he started doing this.
Okay, that could be a couple of different reasons. It could be medical, so check with the vet. I would often recommend that. But one of the other things is we've had a very, very, very wet year. And that means there's more spores and different types of pollen flying around, different types of environmental allergens. So it's very possible, because of the weather we had this past year, that the dog's reacting to certain types of allergens. But my next question to you is, and think carefully, in your home, have you changed anything, Kathy? Have you changed carpeting, fabric cleaner? Have you had the carpets cleaned, different cleaners on the floor? Have you changed anything within your environment?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I don't think I've changed clean.
But see, those are the type of things, before you treat something, sometimes those are the type of things you need to take a look at, and I'm glad that you did. So there's a couple of things going on here, okay? Number one is, depending on how severe it is, I would definitely recommend a quick trip to your vet, or at least a conversation with your vet about that. It's also very possible, has he been spending more time inside, more time outside, or everything's about the same?
Everything's about the same.
Yeah. Any change in food?
Maybe a little more time inside, because it's been so hot that we leave them inside when we leave.
No change in diet or food at all?
None.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to send you a jar of my own supplement. And one of the things I don't talk enough about with Hugs and Kisses is, besides putting my heart and soul in it, Hugs and Kisses has both lecithin and biotin. There's nothing better for a dog or cat's skin and coat. And also will help prevent certain types of allergies, because the skin and coat will be in good shape. So I'm going to send you some of that. It's going to take 3 or 4 weeks before you notice a difference. If that isn't the resolution, then probably the vet's going to want to do a much deeper allergy test. But let me get you on the Hugs and Kisses. Sometimes that's just the resolution that you need with a 10-year-old dog. Besides the lecithin and biotins can help him in a lot of other ways also. But let's at least get him started on that. What about the smell? Any smell of the dog that's different?
Yeah, he stinks more now. It's not. It was worse about a couple of weeks ago, and it seems to have subsided a little bit. But he still has an odor that he didn't used to have constantly.
Yeah. Interesting. It's interesting. It sounds like there may be something going on there. I'm going to send you the Hugs and Kisses, but I also want you to make a quick call to your vet and have that checked out. A 10-year-old dog, it could be nothing, could be something, and so let's just have it checked out at this point before it becomes something else. But in the meantime, I'm putting you on hold. A jar of Hugs and Kisses on its way. way to you. You know, a lot of people ask me about the Hugs and Kisses supplement. One of the reasons I developed it, even though we've added a lot to it, is because of the lecithin and the biotin. There is nothing better for a dog's skin and coat, which can also help with allergies as well. Hey, great time to give me a call. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. You know, it's interesting that you brought that up, because let me just share this with you. This was just something that was sent to me recently out of Portland, Oregon. It's been a rough year for people who deal with seasonal allergies because of the higher than normal pollen count. It also has been a rough year for our pets. Pets are susceptible to allergies, according to Amy Randall, who specializes in veterinary dermatology. She said often an animal's skin can tell you their allergy story. If they are licking their feet exclusively, you see red on their feet. Seasonal allergies may affect pets just like humans. So that's why I said it might be a seasonal allergy. A good idea to check with a vet anyway, but Hugs and Kisses are going to make a difference in your dog just to feel a whole lot better. 866-870-5752, 866-870-KRLA. That is the way to get through. Let me take a break. When we come back, Daryl, we're going to get to you. Great time to call me. As I said, you just heard me give away some Hugs and Kisses. By the way, one of the most expensive things. I have Authors Who Gold. I have copies of my best-selling books, hemp seed oil. I got the Nature Vet's brand new scoopables for things like no scooting, cranberry for kidneys, and hemp out. Just a lot of great stuff to give away. The T-shirts are in now, the brand new T-shirts that say "None of my friends walk upright." Those, by the way, I think they're like $14 on my website. Those T-shirts, I'm going to be giving some of those away as well. That money is going to go to the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, donating to small mom and pops all across America. Kitty Lickies, Lucy Pet Food, Flea Spray All Natural. Great time to give me a call. If you have a question or a comment, maybe you're concerned about the weather coming. Phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Let me take a quick break. Great time to give me a call when I go to commercial. Get right back to you, Daryl, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. And I'll try to look at my YouTube and see if there's any questions over there as well. Hey, listen, Hi, little Captain Kangaroo here on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. Great time to give me a call. What this show is all about, if you're new to the show, is helping resolve any issues that people may be having with their pets, or any issues that their pets may be having with their people, whether it be housebreaking, chewing, jumping. Maybe your dog lacks socialization. Maybe you adopted a dog or adopted a cat and you're having some issues that I can help you resolve. Just a reminder, if you have questions or comments, a great time to give me a call. As always, I would love to hear from people that have adopted or rescued dogs and cats, either from the street, a shelter, humane organization. Every time I get a call from one of you that describes what a great relationship you now have with the pet, it encourages other people to do exactly what you did. So I'd love to hear from you as well, or any other questions you may be having, whether you're a little fearful about the weather that's coming. And just so you know, more dogs and more cats get lost during rainstorms than any other time. We've talked about this before on the show. This is not a typical rainstorm that we have coming into Southern California. This is going to be a lot more. So please heed the call from me. Be really, really careful. Make sure all of your pets are up to date on any type of identification they have. But more importantly, keep them inside. They can freak out. They know the storm's coming now before you do, based on the fact that they can pick up changes within the environment. So I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have a question or a comment, phone number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Hey, just before I get back to you, Daryl, I want to talk about the last call that came in with the woman in Huntington Beach with the dog and allergies. Right now, we are at a 25-year high for grass allergens. So they're seeing a lot of variability with the pollen counts, a lot more calls coming into veterinarians as well. So that's why I want you to check with your vet. It may be an allergy to grasses. 25-year high. That ought to tell you something as well. 866-870-5752, 866-870-KRLA. The question of the day, if you answered, I'll still send you a great gift, is would you prefer having your vet come to your home for basic situations, or are you okay with going to the vet? If you had your choice, would you rather have your vet come for shots or whatever your dog is going through, or would you rather go to the veterinary hospital? Give me a call. I'd love to hear from you, and a great gift will be on its way for your buddy. 866-870-5752, 866-870-5752. Let me go to Daryl calling from Sylmar. Hey, Daryl, welcome to the Pet Show.
Good morning, Warren. I have a problem on July 30th. My wife and I, we lost a cat about 20 days prior to that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
From liver cancer. We went down to the shelter in West Los Angeles, or she did. I'm restricted to the house. But she found on the website a beautiful Siamese cat that was 11 years old. We picked her up, or Jane picked her up, that's my wife, and we're having a small problem with her. One thing, we're not sure if she has arthritis or... I'm sorry, my throat is a little clogged.
That's okay. So you're not sure if she has arthritis or what?
She has the left front leg was broken and not healed properly. She limps. I'm sorry, Warren.
Oh, that's okay. So, Daryl, I just want to make sure I get to your question. So, your question for me is specifically what?
Well, the cat scratches our furniture, mostly the corner of the bed and the couch.
Oh, and how long have you had this cat?
Since July 30th.
Okay, this is way new. The cat is clawing for several reasons. Number one, a cat will claw to alleviate anxiety or stress. Number two, cats have scent glands on the bottom of their feet. So when a cat comes into a new environment, it's not unusual for them to go around that environment, specifically in areas where you spend time, and use their claws. So the best thing to resolve this is to give her a lot of options. Now, I know you might say, I have a scratching post, I have this. No, that's not enough. What I want you to do is saturate your home now with all kinds of new things for her to explore, whether it be cardboard boxes from the supermarket, supermarket, paper bags, just take the handles off, grow some organic plants for her. In other words, I don't know this cat's background. So what I want to do, it's a 10-year-old cat changing from one home to another home. The cat's going to be stressed out, and it takes them a while to decompress, and less than a month is not enough time for them to decompress. So what I would be doing at this point is just saturating the house with a lot of things all over the place, change them every couple of days. If you notice her in any pain with that foot, that's a whole different ballgame. But in the meantime, that's where I would be at this point. There are things we can do to correct her from scratching, but right now, in certain situations with a 10-year-old cat, if I correct her, it may cause more anxiety than it's going to resolve. So what I really want you to do is make sure you use distraction therapy, just saturating the home with new things. Let's do that for a while, see what happens. If that doesn't resolve it, then you can come back to me and I can give you some resolutions.
Okay, great. I enjoy the information there, Warren. Thank you very much.
Oh, don't go anywhere, Daryl. I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you, Daryl. You know what? I'm going to send you 10-year-old cat. God, am I giving away all my stuff? It's my stuff, too. I'm going to send you some hugs and kisses for your cat. Cats need hugs and kisses as well for their joints and their bones, especially with the arthritis. It has chondroitin. It has glucosamine. I'm telling you, it's going to make a really big difference for you. So some of it on its way. Do I have the best listeners in the world? Come on now. Do I not have the best listeners? It's a guy adopted a 10-year-old cat. God bless you. Hey, the phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Another question that came up this week is, and this is what I'm going to talk about this later. I want to hear from you guys also. And I really want to hear from you. So come on, let's go. Do you think that dogs and cats can be selfish? Now, that may sound crazy to some people, and I would never sound crazy, but these are the things I think about. This is what I do. I try to understand as deeply as I can behavior of pets. So that is the question. Do you think that our dogs and cats can, in fact, be selfish? Let me just put this out there, and then you can call me if you want. A brand new study, yes, a brand new study, guys, on YouTube, shows that dogs are among a very small group of animals who actually show voluntary, unselfish kindness towards others without any type of reward. Let me repeat that. A study shows that dogs are among a small group, a very small group of animals who show voluntary unselfishness and unselfish kindness towards others without any reward. Come on, I didn't need to read that. I could have told you that. What do you think? Can animals be selfish? Do you ever notice your dog being selfish or your cat being selfish? Give me a call. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we got Mark calling. We got Donald calling. We'll get to all your calls. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me take a quick break, and then we'll get right back to your phone calls. Listen, if And we are back on the Pet Show on this pretty nice Saturday morning. I don't think it's going to be like this tomorrow, but it's pretty nice right now. Hey, if you have a question or comment, great time to give me a call. If you want to ask me a question, if I have some time, I'll go to YouTube. You should be subscribing to my YouTube channel. I mean, really. I share a lot of information. There's a lot of videos I post there almost every day, and pet tips and longer videos. So check it out. Subscribe. It's absolutely free. YouTube.com/Warren Eckstein. YouTube.com/Warren Eckstein. Check it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. The phone number here, though, I still have an open line or two. 866-870-KRLA. 866-870-5752. Two questions. Would you prefer house calls from your vet, or you prefer going to the vet? That's one of the questions. Or the other one is, do you think that that animals can be selfish? Do you think dogs and cats can be selfish? Someone say, yeah, my dog's selfish. If I give him something, he takes it and walks away and doesn't give any to the other dog. Or maybe you should give both dogs the same thing at the same time. Maybe your dog isn't selfish. He's just hungry. Anyway, give me a call. I'd love to hear from you. 866-870-5752. 866-870-5752. Let me get back to the phones. We're going to go to, let's go to Mark first, and we're going to go to Donald. But right now, let's go to Mark in Los Angeles. Hey, Mark, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, Warren. Thank you for having me. You have a great show.
Well, thank you.
I have a German Shepherd, 3 years old, and she's been suffering from submissive urination all her life. And it gets pretty frustrating when, it keeps happening. Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, when you say submissive urination, is it when people come and go, or what if she meets people outside on the street?
And when people come and go, mostly, and they pet her, and she urinates.
Okay.
When I do it, she doesn't do it that much, but sometimes. But when my wife does it, my kid does it, she does that.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. You said the dog's 3 years old. How old was the dog when you got him, Mark?
Puppy, 8 weeks or 10 weeks.
Okay, and did you train the dog yourself, or did you have the dog professionally trained?
I had the dog professionally trained for 1 month.
In your home, or did you send them away?
Boarding outside.
See, that's the problem. I'm not a big fan of that. You have a brand new puppy. You bring that puppy and you have him boarded at a kennel. Now, when the dog, nothing against the trainer at the kennel, but when a dog is boarded at a kennel and they're young like that, 3 months old, 12 weeks old, whatever they are, think about this. What exposure are they getting to living inside of a home? They're living in a kennel. Mm-hmm. Okay, now you have to remember that psychologically, I'm going to get deep here, but psychologically, a dog goes through 4 stages of growth, just like people. Neonatal, imprint, juvenile, and adult. So already at 3 months old, your dog is just about entering that juvenile stage. So it's real important. The socialization is critical there, and I think that's what he lacked. He didn't receive the socialization properly. And number one, again, nothing against the trainer, but when a dog is being sent away for training, they can teach him how to heel, sit, stay, down, come, maybe not to jump, but sometimes when they come back to a home that they haven't been in and the dog is still a little anxious and nervous, that's why I'm a firm believer in working with people in their home if that's possible. So that being said, I know, Warren, but what can I do about it? First thing, number one is start not overreacting to the dog when you come or when you go. No long goodbyes, no long hellos. Another thing I would do also is find a specific item that you leave by the front door. And the only time the dog sees that item is when you're coming and going or the kids are coming and going. I want to distract him because if you tell him, no, stop it, he's already anxious. That's why he's peeing. So in other words, to correct him is going to make it worse. So what I want you to do is before you do it, hand him a toy, distract him, then go out. So he associates you going out with a special toy. Also, we want to build up his confidence. In terms of the training, how well trained is he? I mean, does he respond pretty well to you and the family?
I would say medium. Not very well, not very bad. But
okay.
When I ask him to sit, she sits, and pretty much she's obedient.
Okay, well that's good. Now, I would work on that too. The more you work with the dog, the more confidence they have. The more confidence they have, the less anxious wetting that they go through. Also, temporarily, I don't want you to ever correct the dog. Don't yell at the dog. Not bad dog. She's already nervous and anxious. That's why she's peeing in the first place. So the corrector is going to make it worse. Also, one of the things you might want to try, at least temporarily, is introduce her to people outside of her own environment. In other words, take her outside, introduce her to people, then come inside with them. This way, she's already over that exuberance. difference. So again, the most important thing that I would recommend at this point is a distraction therapy, build up our confidence, a little bit of time. And what I'm going to do, and I'm not knocking trainers, I'm just a firm believer. I've trained over 40,000 animals, and other than really advanced training for things I don't often talk about, I try to do the training, or at least the education, in the home where the dog lives. Because as a behaviorist, as a trainer, I want to confront the same things that you would confront on an everyday basis. I want to confront the neighbor's Harley Davidson next door. I want to confront people coming in and out of your home. So that's why I'm a big fan of training or educating your dog at the home. I'm going to put you on hold. I'm sending you a copy of How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want. There's a whole chapter on nervous sweating in there. Give me a call back when you can walk around the house barefoot once again. Hey, the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Plenty of time for your calls. Lots of pretty amazing stuff to give away still. I got hugs and kisses, Lucy pet food. You just heard me give away a book. Those T-shirts, I'm telling you, you want one of those T-shirts. All natural herbal flea spray, kitty lickies. Anyone having anxiety about how their dog is going to react or their cat's going to react with the storm approaching tomorrow? I guess early tomorrow. I guess they changed the timeline. Just so you understand how serious this is, between thunder, lightning, the change in the atmospheric pressure, the howling of the winds, these are all things that are coming together at one time. And you have no idea how this affects your pets. And I'm going to tell you, first of all, their sense of hearing is 100 times better than ours. Their sense of smell, 100 times, if not a lot more. I'm just kind of putting numbers here, but it's a lot more than that. 100 times better than ours. So if you put all those pieces together, and again, they're not able to sit there and watch what they're hearing on the news, it can really put them in a state of panic. So we're going to talk more about that. If you have a question or a comment, if you have a dog that's afraid of thunder, lightning, give me a call. I'd love to hear from you. I'll send you a great gift. Or if you feel like maybe dogs can be selfish, give me a call about that as well. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me take a quick breakdown, and we'll be back to you right after this. You're not hearing this on FM radio. We are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. Let me get back to the phones. I go to my friend Donald. Hey, Donald, welcome to the show.
Hi, Warren. Right now, my cat's sitting in my lap with his arms around my waist.
That's the way it should be. The perfect morning.
And I raised him from the baby. And two questions I will answer for you. Yes, cats are selfish because I have another cat, and I give this other cat food, and this cat here, Socks, will take the food away from her. and my vet's only about 3.5 blocks from our house.
Do your cats get anxious when you go there?
Say again?
Do your cats get anxious when you take them to the vet?
No.
Well, then you're lucky because I got to tell you, one of the most common questions I get asked is from people that say, I go to the vet and I don't know who's more anxious, me or my pet, me or my dog. My dog goes crazy, or I can't even get him into the vet, or my cat is not thrilled about going to the vet. By the way, I'm going to do a whole segment on that in the future, how to make your dogs and cats comfortable with the vet. But so in your case, you're just as comfortable, you're actually more comfortable going to the veterinary hospital than having the vet come to you.
Yes, and also if I take my cat to the vet, they don't want to get in my truck. And also the clothes have moved in already for the typhoon or hurricane. And also the school started last week, Wednesday and Thursday in Arcadia.
Oh yeah, well, so remember now the reason I was talking about that, I was talking about I'm going to be talking about it in my national show as well. Let me put you on hold in the meantime. Send you some kitty lickies for your cats. Is the concept that between COVID and our pets being left alone, and then going after COVID, people were going out and running around, and now back to school and maybe back to work, and sometimes people work 3 days out of the house, 2 days. It's just insane the changes our dogs have gone through and our cats have gone through. So we're going to talk about it anyway. We're going to break for the top of the hour. I'll get to you. You've been my first caller, Gloria. But also coming up, and really important information. So if you have questions about it, we're going to talk about this. We're going to tell when hurricanes and tropical storms strike, pet guardians well prepared to ensure the safety and well-being of their pets. This is what I wrote for the Department of Homeland Security. Hurricanes can be unpredictable and chaotic, so taking proactive measures can help mitigate potential risks and keep your pets safe. I'm going to talk about this when we come back, get you guys prepared for that. Real important information, and I'll take some questions on that as well. Also coming up, you know what? I am so sick and tired of people saying that cats do not have emotions, that cats don't have feelings. Have you had it as much as I have? Well, if you had, give me a call. We'll talk about that as soon as we come back from the break. The phone number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show.
pet's head. But maybe it's you who needs to be trained instead.
And if you love your dogs and your cats and want to find out why they behave the way they do or want to improve their lifestyle, maybe your dog's a little psychotic, maybe your cat's a little anxious, maybe your dog's depressed, maybe your cat is neurotic. That's what we do here on The Pet Show and have been doing for over 43 years, helping people resolve any issues or problems they're having with their pets or vice versa, chewing, jumping, barking, humping, digging, scratching, not using the litter box, not getting along with other dogs. You take your dog for a walk, he sees another dog and he turns into Cujo. That's what this show is all about. Let me just remind everyone, if you have a question, a comment about your dog or cat, or just want to answer my question of the day, do you believe animals can be selfish? Or do you prefer having vets come to your home versus going to them? Either one. Just a reminder that everyone that calls into the Pet Show will get a fabulous gift. Don't get excited. It's not for you. For your dog or cat, a lot of the items I'm giving away, we're not talking biscuits here, folks. A lot of the items I'm giving away are worth as much as $30, $40, even $50. So everyone that calls in will get a fabulous gift for their dog or cat. And again, a lot of the reason I give the gifts away is very often these gifts will help resolve the specific issue that you may be calling about. So if you have a question or a comment, your dog is jumping or humping or chewing, the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Maybe you have some concerns about the weather that's coming the next day or so. We'll take a look at that as well. Again, the phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Everyone that calls in will, in fact, get a fabulous gift for their dog or cat. Hey, Gloria, don't go anywhere. Before I get to the phones, and I want to get your response to this as well. I told you, if you're watching on Facebook, if you look behind, I guess you can't see it up there, is a letter from the Department of Homeland Security. I served with the Department of Homeland Security during Hurricane Katrina, writing up their emergency plans for dogs and cats. What a horrible situation that was. I wish we were able to write it up before Hurricane Katrina, but now we have the ability. So let me go over this with you just for a couple of seconds, then I promise I will get to your calls. By the way, I do have an open line or two, 866-870-5752. Number one, you should already have it. You live in California. Everyone who lives with a pet should have an emergency kit set up for their dog or their cat as well. Proper ID. Now, this is critical. The ID on your dog may come back to you, but if heaven forbid your dog got lost and you had no ability to be contacted, the numbers or contact information on the ID should not only be yours, but someone who lives away from here so they can be contacted in case your pet is found. Make sure you stay totally informed at all times. That's critical. Practice safe evacuations. Be cautious of floodwaters. Wipe your dog's feet and prepare yourself for anxiety and manage their stress levels as well. So it's just as important this time of preparing for something that we haven't had here for years. And again, as I said, I know you can't tell by my accent. You think I'm from Nebraska, but I am from Long Island, New York. And as I said, I grew up with Hurricane Donna and some severe hurricanes and nor'easters. And I was an EMT, emergency medical technician with the Oceanside Fire Department Rescue. And so many times I wrote about this. And in fact, you know, I should post, there was an article that came out not too long ago how I got in so much trouble with the chief of the fire department when I took the oxygen tanks in the ambulance and rushed a couple of dogs to a hospital versus people. So a whole different story. We'll talk about that a different time. But anyway, really be prepared. Don't think it's never going to happen here. We're not used to this. And remember now, when you walk your dogs or cats afterwards, all kinds of garbage and toxins are going to be around there. Make sure you clean their feet on a regular basis. Wipe them down. Conscious efforts can go a long, long way. Make a big difference for you. So check that out. By the way, if you'd like to, go to my website, thepetshow.com. You can download what I put together for the Department of Homeland Security. Just go to thepetshow.com. Don't forget that THE, thepetshow.com, and just search emergency preparedness, and it'll be there. Everyone should have that. 866-870-KRLA. The phone number is still coming up. I got into a lot of trouble this week by telling someone that they were crazy when they said that cats don't have emotions. I think they do. We're going to talk about that. Let's go right now to Camarillo and Gloria. Hey, Gloria. Welcome to the show. Hi, Gloria.
Warren, I have a little Chihuahua. And
Versus a big Chihuahua, right?
8 months ago, she started peeing in the house instead of going outside.
Yeah.
If it's a little cold out or the grass has a little dew on it or whatever, she looks at me and just says, "Hell no! I'm going to pee in the house."
Little prima
not
donna.
outside. And
That's your fault. You created. Listen,
her.
it's your fault, Gloria. Gloria, listen to me. It's your fault. You created this little prima donna. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
So, in other words, if there's dew on the grass, she doesn't want to go outside.
Yeah, if it's cold or dew or whatever, and I have a Papillon, and she sees that he goes, once in a while she'll go over to where he went, and she'll scoot down and go pee. But other than that, she just turns around and looks at me and walks into the house, And so
you have to be a little bit more assertive. You have to stay out there with her till she goes.
I do.
Well, no, obviously not. She's coming back in the house and going.
I stay out there, but then when she goes in the house, a lot of times I'll throw her back outside, and she'll still. Then she's stubborn, she'll just...
No, listen, Gloria, she's not stubborn. She's confused. It's not her fault. Listen, sit down, have a glass of wine, and listen to me carefully. Here's what you need to do. Number one, when you take her outside, you stay outside until she goes. If she doesn't go, when you bring her inside, she's on a leash and a harness until you take her outside a little later until she goes. Every time you bring her in before she goes, you're letting her know that it's okay. Dogs learn through association. You taught the dog to pee in the house. Well, if you don't want to pee outside because the ground's wet, that's okay. Come on inside and pee. And the fact that you correct her when she comes inside, like Peck's bad boy, sometimes dogs love receiving attention. They don't care if it's positive or negative. They're getting attention for what they're doing. So bottom line is you're going to need to force the situation in the home where she's already gone. What I want you to do is thoroughly clean it up with a good stain and odor remover made specifically for dogs and cats because it has enzymes in it. Clean that up. Then what I'd like you to do is spend just a little bit more time in those areas where she's gone in the past. But right now, if you can get 3, 4, 5 days in a row where she's consistently going outside, and when she goes out there, you dance with her and tell her she's the greatest thing that ever happened, which I'm sure you do anyway, you will be able to resolve this issue, I promise.
Okay.
You don't sound too.
I mean, she never did this before. I lived in Vegas, and she never did this before, and I don't know if it's because now I'm working part-time.
Well, maybe your hours changed. That's what I say. You got to take into consideration our lifestyle in relationship to what kind of reaction we're getting from our dogs. So you're working now, maybe your lifestyle change, but it doesn't make any difference. You're not leaving the dog alone for more than 8 hours at a time. She's a younger dog. She's a chai, and so the bottom line is what I think's going on here is she's uncomfortable walking outside in the rain. My dogs hate it either, but I'm not going to let them come inside and pee, so I stay out there with them until they go, and then I bring them inside and sing them God Bless America, whatever I want to do. So that's where you need to be at this time. And when you take her outside, if the ground is wet, if you can maybe just exercise her a little bit, run her around before you take her out, or just run her around in the backyard, exercise will stimulate her to go as well. Also, something you may want to try is take a spray bottle, put a little drop of ammonium in it and a little water, shake it up, and spray it in little spots in your backyard. That might encourage you to go and be a little bit more territorial as well. That's where you need to be at this point.
Okay.
Give it a shot. Don't go in. I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you for your dog a little Chihuahua. What do I want to send you? You know what? I'm going to send you some. I'm going to send you some Lucy pet food on its way to you. Appreciate that phone call. Hey, the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. All right, I'm going to get to you for you, I promise. But listen to me. I've been talking to you guys for 43 years, okay? Seriously. You watched me for 16 years on Regis and Kathy Lee. for 16 years on the Today Show, for years on the Mickey Mouse Club, Our Magazine, the David Letterman Show. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this for a reason. And here's the reason. I need your support. Someone told me the other day I was absolutely insane when I told them that I believe that cats have emotions. They said, Warren, this was a radio host, Warren, you've lost it. Cats are cats. They do what they want to do. They don't have feelings. They don't have emotions. Maybe they have feelings that they're a little sad, but that's all. Well, here's the bottom line. I've been talking to you. I've written over 13 books. Let me share this with you, and then I want you to respond to me. So give me a call if you agree or disagree, or you also think that maybe I should spend some time away from human beings. Here are the emotions that I've come up with that I believe cats have. Having worked with thousands of cats, having as many as 30 at a time myself, I believe that these are some really important emotions that cats have. And then I want to hear from you guys. If you think I'm crazy, let me know. If you agree, let me know that as well. Cats have fear. Cats can feel happiness. Cats understand the concept of love. Cats understand the concept of excitement. Cats can go through grief. Cats can go through depression. And cats can go through anxiety. When I read this list off, they said, come on, Warren, isn't that a little anthropomorphic? Aren't you giving a lot of human tendencies to cats? Well, where do cats live? They're not living in the wild anymore. They're living with you. They're living with me. Of course they're going to pick up on our personality. So fear, happiness, love, excitement, grief, depression, anxiety. I say cats have emotions. Help me out here. Do you believe like I do that they have emotions where they just hang out and they like you because you're going to give them food? Give me a call. Let me know. I'll send you a great gift. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752, 866-870-5752. Literally, I'm not joking. The guy said, Warren, I have total respect for you. I know your background. I know what you've done and been through and worked, and I know what you've done. But listen, you're crazy. Cats don't have all those emotions. It's up to you guys. Agree or disagree with me. Come on, make me feel good. Do cats have those emotions? Give me a call, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Hey, let me take a quick break, Frida. When I come back, you'll be my first call, and we'll help you resolve your issues with your pet as well. But right now, let me take a quick break. I can't believe you guys aren't helping me out. Come on, I got an open line or two. Please, come on, let me know. Am I crazy? Or cats, maybe you believe that cats don't have emotions. Maybe I am a little nuts. Give me a call. Help me out here. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Quick break, then right back at you. Listen. And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. I'm going to get to you, Diane and Pam. I guess I sparked some emotions about whether or not cats have them or not. I will get to you. Be patient with me. I'll send you a great gift, Diana, in Sun Valley, and Pam in Corona Del Mar. But right now, I have to go and help out my buddy Frida in calling from Long Branch. I know it well. Long Branch, New Jersey. Hey, Frida, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi.
Isn't that the home of Monmouth?
Yes.
I know. You know how I know Monmouth College? When I was in high school, a friend of mine attended Monmouth College, and I went down to see. This is how old I am. I went down to see a concert by the Four Seasons at Monmouth College.
Wow.
And I just remember it was my first long. It was my first long drive. I had a '58 Chevrolet convertible. Wow, I wish I had that car now. A '58 Chevy convertible. I drove down there. I just. What a beautiful place Long Branch is.
Mhm. Mhm. Come a long way.
Yeah, it has come a long way. What can I do to help you out today, Frida?
Okay, great. So I have an 8-month-year-old Maltese that I rescued from Connecticut.
Well, thank you.
And he's given me a very hard time with two things. One is stay, and the other one is growling at people.
Okay.
But no matter what I do, I've tried hot dogs, I've tried cheese, I've tried different dog snacks. He just looks at me and just walks on by, doesn't care, doesn't stay.
Okay, now let's go over a few things. The stay command, a lot of people have trouble with, and it's really the easiest thing that people can do. Now, if I were your dog right now, tell me to stay.
Oh, you asked me to tell you.
Yeah.
So I have
just tell me to stay. I'm your dog. Tell me to stay.
Stay.
What's your dog's name?
Teddy.
And what do you say? Do you say Teddy stay?
I sometimes I'll say Teddy stay or just stay.
Okay. First of all, you have one dog. There's no need to use his name. How far is Teddy ever going to be away from you when you say stay? He's going to be right near you. That's why you're telling him to stay. Using his name very often will get him excited. So in certain commands, like stationary commands, sit, stay, down, no need to use their name. Come, there's a, use the name, or heel is motion commands. Mm-hmm. That being said, I am the king of the stay command, and here's why. When you're teaching the dog to stay, the most important thing you have is your voice. When you say stay, you don't just say stay. You're asking the dog to do something for a long period of time. So we want the sound of your voice, the way you say it, to let the dog know that this is the cue that he's going to stay. What do I mean by that? When I'm teaching a dog to stay, this is how I do it. Listen to my voice. Everyone out there, by the way, I will say to the dog, stay. Know how long I made that? You spell it out in your head as you say it. S-T-A-Y. Stay. It's, you don't have to say that for the rest of your life, but when you're teaching the dog to stay, using the vocalization like I did can make all the difference in the world. So here's the way to do it.
Okay.
Put your dog in a stay. You have him on a leash and a harness. You put your dog in a stay position. I wish I could. I get the video here. You make kind of a triangle with the leash. You tell the dog to stay in a long way. Stay. If the dog moves, you correct him. You just say no. Stay. He gets the idea. Short periods of time, a lot of praise. By far, the easiest thing you can teach a dog to do is stay. But you need to be consistent. So many people are lazy about stay. Teddy, stay. Stay. I got to get the stay. No, don't throw. Teach him what stay means. Again. Listen to the way I said it. Stay. I spelled it out in my head. So there is the way you do it. So that's where you want to be. If you're consistent with that every single time in practice every day, you'll get the idea. And then from the stay command, you need to give them a release command. You can say, okay, whatever you want to say, play, whatever. Yeah. You need to practice it short periods of time, increase it a little bit at a time, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Okay, I definitely will do that. Can I ask you just one other quick question?
Sure, go ahead.
How do I get him to stop growling? It's driving me crazy. At dogs, at people. If I take him in the car, he's looking outside and he's growling.
Now you said you said you adopted this dog from Connecticut.
Yes, a poodle rescue.
How old is the dog?
Right now, 8 months. January 1st, he was born.
One of those Connecticut dogs. I'm just joking with you. You come from Westport, Eastport. Here's what I want you to do, okay? It sounds to me like this dog's had no training whatsoever.
Correct.
And therefore, he's being really assertive. He's treating the rest of the world as if he were with his litter mates. You need to start your training. He's 8 months old. You need sit. You need stay. You need heel. And I don't care whether the dog does that all the time. That's not the concept of training. The concept of training, of educating your dog, is giving you a positive way to communicate with him. That's what it's all about. So what I'm going to do, Frida, I'm going to put you. I'm sending you a. Get you want. Thoroughly takes you through all the basic training at that point. And that's more. Now, I know that may sound a little crazy to people. When you're training dogs, especially when I was training dogs at really advanced training in Asia and Europe, the way you use the words are important. Now, that may not sound normal. Like, for example, if you're teaching your dog to heel, you want to use the dog's name. Hey, Duke, heel. Because you want to get the dog excited. There's motion involved. But think about this. By the time you say Duke sit, he's so excited from hearing his name, it's going to take longer. So, and just think about where the dog's position would be. If you're telling the dog to sit or you're telling the dog to stay, they're going to be right around you. Now, when you do the down command, it's not a motion command either. It's a stationary command. You can say down. However, there's a change here because a lot of people, when you're training dogs to what's called a drop-on recall, and that's to lie down from fast motion, which is kind of advanced training, then you would use the dog's name because now you're turning the down command, I don't want to get too technical, into a motion. Anyway, 866-870, I'm going to spend a whole day on training one day. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Diane first in Sun Valley. Hey, Diane, am I crazy or do cats have emotions?
Oh, well, hi, Warren. Good to talk to you.
Same here.
Warren, I believe so. Although I don't personally have a cat, but why I actually called is I live in a townhouse project here in Sun Valley, and for some years since I've been here, there is this, unfortunately he's passed away not so long ago, but a black Siamese cat that apparently my neighbor tells me he rescued it. A neighbor lost her cat, and he thought that the cat that he found was hers. But at any rate, Blackie is what he named the cat. Blackie, just stayed around our complex, and I met her when we came here, and I actually don't know whether it was male or female, but at any rate, I will call her she, was the most gentle cat that I've ever seen, and was like a human to me. Sometimes I would feed our neighbor's cat when he'd go on vacation, for him, and she would jump over the fence. I'd say, "Hey, Blackie," and she just had the nicest disposition. And before she passed, my husband mentioned it recently. He said, "Do you think that Blackie was trying to tell us goodbye?" Because she kind of, I guess, our neighbor eventually made her a house cat, and so we didn't see Blackie for, a few years or so. And then Blackie somehow got out and came over to us, And my husband said, "Do you think Blackie was?"
I think your husband is 100% on target.
Mm-hmm.
I listen, but have you decided that you guys are going to get a cat now?
Well, not yet. Personally, we don't really have pets because it's, I guess we could have an inside cat, but we are not here all the time.
Well, that's the way cats should be. Cats
have a pet when we can't give it proper attention.
Well, no, I agree, and right on target for understanding that. So let me do this. Great call, by the way. I can't send you a special gift, so I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you a T-shirt that says "None of my friends walk upright." How astute. People have such egos when it comes to animals. Hey, the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me say that again, 866-870-5752. Or check out my YouTube channel. And listen, go to youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. What are you guys waiting for? That's where you should be. It's free. I share a lot of information. A lot of the questions I can't get to here on the show, I will get to there. So check out youtube.com/Warren Eckstein and subscribe. Hey, a quick break, then right back to you guys. We'll get to you, Pam, next, and then we'll go to Darlene in Redondo Beach. Listen. And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. Our phone number 866-870-5752, 866-870-KRLA. That is the way to get through. You just put that last phone call brought back so many memories to me. I was the head instructor for the YMCA for many, many years, and we trained hundreds of dogs a week just for the YMCA. And some of my trainers, and by the way, for those people say, well, how do you I never hired a trainer in my life. I had 14 people working for me, and we ran the largest behavior and training school on the East Coast. However, no one was hired. Everyone came to me as an apprentice, and before they went out and worked with their first dog, they've been with me for a year and a half. Few years. So that's the way it needs to be done. You need to be out there understanding what they're about. But the things like when I use the long stay command or showing hand signals, these are all important things that it's so important that the guardian be educated at the same time as the dog. If you want to send your dog away, that's your options. I have friends and know people that do that. That's your option. But it's not how the dog responds to me. Because quite honestly, ego aside, I'll go to your house tomorrow, give me 20 minutes with your dog, and the dog's going to look like Rin Tin Tin. I leave, the dog goes back to you. You on the other end of the leash, he's going to look like Cujo. It's important. You need to educate the family as well as the dog. That's why I would never train a dog unless I had the opportunity to work with mom, dad, the kids, grandma, the aunt next, whatever. That's what a well-rounded, well-trained, well-socialized dog is all about. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5750. Oh, let me talk about one other thing. I promise I'll get to your phone calls. Recently, we read the story about the president's dog biting 8 or 9 people. I'm going to post a picture next week of Damien. What a name. Damien was a German Shepherd that I rescued many, many, many years ago. I'm talking about the 70s. He was a dog that bit 6 people, was brought to a shelter, and was going to be euthanized. I went to that shelter. They didn't want to give him to me, but they did, and I took him. And I worked with him, and I worked with him, and I worked with him. I'm going to post a picture of Damien sitting at my dining room table on a chair next to my sister and my nephew, who was just born like within days. So it can be done. You just have to know what you're doing, folks. That's the bottom line. You just have to know what you're doing. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me get to Pam first, and we got Darlene coming up also. Hey, Pam, welcome to the show.
Hi, Warren. Are you there?
I am here. How's everything in beautiful Corona Del Mar today?
It's beautiful. We're waiting for the hurricane.
You and me both. What's up? What can I do for you?
I was just going to corroborate your idea that cats have emotions.
So, Pam, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, Pam, right?
No. One that you forgot is jealousy.
There you go.
Boy, do they get jealous. If I'm paying attention to one of them, the other one is not happy about it. And when you're on the phone?
I always try to understand the difference between jealousy and envy.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I always try to understand the difference between jealousy and envy.
Oh, I know. I envy, I don't know, because they're jealous of the other cat, typically. So that's kind of the way I look at it.
There you go. So tell me about their jealousy.
Well, they, boy, if I've got one, I have to keep them in separate rooms, because if I'm playing with one of them, the other one looks at me like, "What are you doing? You're not paying attention to me." So I gotta give them equal time. And the other one, well, there's many of them, but excitement. When I get home, boy, they just get the zoomies and they're so excited to see me. But then they get really aloof and they act like they don't really care.
Yeah, they had enough
of you.
Back. Yeah, they had enough of you. You're welcome home. Now we go. So how many do you have? How many do you have, Pam?
I have 2, and they. One of them, the first one, has always wanted to be an only cat, so she's very jealous of the other one. She gets pretty neurotic about it. I've been trying to work with them. I've actually called you about it before. So
let me ask you a question. But they tolerate each other. There's no bloodshed.
No, there's no bloodshed. But the one, she doesn't even like him to get near her, and he's just, he's happy-go-lucky. He doesn't care. He's just, sometimes, though, when they give off that feeling that they're afraid of the other cat, the other cat goes, "Oh, this is fair play." So he'll come chase her.
Yeah.
And in her mind, he's attacking her. But, I think it started as play, but I think he's kind of now become, he knows he can just kind of intimidate her.
I think it's the anticipation of what's going to happen. Animals have the ability to anticipate, and they kind of learn from association. So
yeah. I mean, sometimes, they'll literally be laying there on the patio, and he'll walk by her, and she'll just hiss at him.
Yeah, but sometimes what happens, even if something negative happened one time, because they learn through the associative memory, there's certain things that trigger an association with them as well. Anyway, great.
Yeah, and she...
Go ahead. No, go ahead,
she
Pam.
totally gets triggered.
Yeah. Well, so I'm not crazy. They do have emotions.
No, you're not crazy. And there's gratitude. I tell you, boy, they get so grateful when you come home or if you've rescued them, and they absolutely choose their owners. My little one, when I first saw her at the vet, they had found her as a stray, and I was going to take another cat to the vet, and I came in and I said, she came up and sat on the counter and put her little feet down and just sat there looking at me, and they said, she has not done that for anybody. And she picked me.
Well, it's that sign across your chest that says, I'm taking you. I'm taking you. Anyway, listen, I got to move on. So I'm trying to think what I want to send you. You know what? I know what I'm going to send you. I'm putting you on hold. I'm sending you kitty lickies. Give those cats a hug and a kiss. Work it out with them. I know you called me before, but, just calling me doesn't resolve the problem. Following the advice does. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me do this. Let me take a break. When we come back, we're going to get to, who did we just speak to? We're going to get to Darlene, and then we're going to get to Suzanne and Marina Del Rey, one of my favorite hangouts. We'll get to your calls right after this. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Quick break, then right back. You still got lots of great stuff to give away. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. That's what I do. I listen to the bow wows and meows all day long. Hey, we are back on the Pet Show. Let me do this. I'm going to go to Darlene, then Suzanne, then to Juan. Just a reminder that when I get off the air here, I do my my international show for Radio America Armed Forces Radio. I'll give you that number a little bit later. So if you're driving around, you got questions, or don't know exactly how to prepare for the storm, we'll be talking about that on my national show as well. So I'll give you that number later. Right now, the number here, 866-870-KRLA. Let me go to Darlene first, then Suzanne, then Juan. Hey, Darlene, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi. What's up?
Hi.
What can I do for you?
I can't hear you very well.
What can I do for you? Can you hear me better now?
Oh, now I can.
There you go.
My granddaughter adopted 2 cats about 16 years ago and brought them here to Redondo Beach. Well, the white cat was deaf, and he just passed away. And the female cat does have emotions because she cried. She was so sad. And so I've been trying to give her a lot more attention when my granddaughter works. But she has a lot of emotions. She never did purr very much, but now she's starting to purr a little more. And she's like 16 years old, and she's
well, you know, I have this theory that we all start out as puppies and end up as puppies once again, or we all start out as kittens and end up as kittens once again. Sometimes we get older, we go back to things that made us feel comfortable when we were younger, and the purring was one of the ways Mom let them know that they were ready to be fed. So that's a positive sign. So it's also a way that the mom would let them know to come, and I think her purring maybe some maternal instincts, thinking that the other cat might come too if she purrs.
She just was so sad when the other cat passed. And I'm just trying to give her a lot of attention because my granddaughter has to go to work, and she's gone all day. And so I just wanted to let you know I've been listening to you for years. I'm 88 years old, and I just lost my husband 2 months ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry,
and so
darling.
the cat's given me a lot of
So you're helping each other get through it.
Right.
There you go, boy.
So that's all I wanted to say. I'm a little nervous.
Well, I wish I was with you, Darlene. I'd love to give you and your cats a big hug. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you a jar of my Hugs and Kisses supplement for the cat. Great for that older cat as well. Great call, by the way. Really great call. All right, let me go to Suzanne in Marina Del Rey. Hey, Suzanne. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Warren.
How are you today?
I talked to you quite a long time ago when Tinkerbell was much younger. She turned 13 this year, and I'm turning 80.
God bless you. God bless you. 80. So what can I do for you?
Recently she's been potting outside of her litter box, so I think I've gotten enough litter to keep her from doing that. But what I wanted to ask you is, when I have dinner, often I have peas and carrots in my meal and cooked. She likes to eat the peas. She loves the peas and carrots. And I'm wondering, is that okay for her? She's 13 years old.
Yeah, here's the scenario. Carrots are kind of interesting because, cats are pretty carnivorous. So, their system is usually for digesting other things. However, carrots are fine provided, and please listen to me carefully out there if you have cats. I would never recommend raw carrots, okay? So the fact that the carrots are cooked carrots or steamed, small amounts, not a problem at all, just not raw carrots. There are so many different vegetables. You can go online and read all the different vegetables that are safe for your cat. But carrots, you know what? There are other choices, but in fact, the fact that your carrots are cooked, and I'm sure you're not giving her a lot, I don't think there's any problem with that whatsoever, Suzanne.
Carrots and peas. She loves it.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you guys. Every once in a while, I eat more vegetables and more fruit than anyone should be allowed to. And so the bottom line is, I always have peas and carrots around the house. And when I cook up the peas and carrots for myself, you can rest assured that Molly and Willie are right there saying, hey, how about me, Pop? I want my veggies as well. Anyway, I'm going to move on. I'm going to put you on hold. And for them, I'm going to send you, you know what? I'm going to send you, what am I going to send you? I'm going to send you some kitty lickies as well. Kitty lickies on its way to you. Great call, by the way, and I'm sorry for the loss of your husband. But having gone through it at one time in my life, the memories will get you through it, I promise. And God bless you. Phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll try to get to you, Juan. And I'm also going to give you that, let me give you that phone number right now. This is the phone number for my national show. It starts at 1 o'clock when I get off the air here. Be patient. It goes to Radio America, Armed Forces Radio in Washington, D.C. It goes all over the country, but my L.A. callers generally get through first because the show starts at 6 minutes after, and you can start calling at 1 o'clock. So write this number down, but don't start calling till 1 o'clock and be patient. 877-725-8255. It's also toll free. 877-725-8255. I'll give you that phone number again when we get back. But right now, listen. We're back on the Pet Show. Here's the deal. Suzette, can you give Juan, I don't want to rush you. You have an interesting call. Juan's calling up. He has he wants to adopt a kitten, but he has a dog that's aggressive to strays. He wants to know if that's a good idea. I don't want to rush that call, Juan. So, Suzette, if you can give Juan the number for the national show, which, by the way, is 877-725-8255. 877-725-8255 starts at 1 o'clock. I could spend more time with you there going over the specific ways to get your a dog, and I'm sure he's not an aggressive dog, but we can resolve that issue for you. So, Juan, give me a call at 877-725-8255 after 1 o'clock. We're just about out of time for this show. I just want to stress a couple of things. You know, our phones are always busy here on the Pet Show, and there's always people that have a lot of questions, and we never have enough time to answer them all, and I never have enough time to get to every specific problem. That's why it's so important. I really urge you, my listeners, if you're online, go to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my social media. I share information there almost every single day on tips like housebreaking, chewing, barking, jumping, jealousy. It's all there. So just go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. It's absolutely free. You'll find great tips I put up every day. Some are just a minute, some are longer. There's great videos of many of the TV shows I did as well. So check out youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. That's youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. And again, subscribe. It's free. I think you'll really enjoy that channel. If not, try following my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Warren Pet Talk, facebook.com/Warren Pet Talk, or check out Instagram at Warren Eckstein. Again, I'm sharing more and more information because I realize I don't have the time to get to a lot of the info that you guys really want to find out about your pets. And I know we've been friends and talking together for 43 years. So check out youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Warren Pet Talk, or check out Instagram at Warren Eckstein. Also, a lot of great information at thepetshow.com. By the way, everything is free. All the information at thepetshow.com, other than if you want to order the products, but all the information is absolutely free. Again, the number for the national show, 877-725-8255, 877-725-8255. My heart goes out to you guys. Stay safe. Be careful. Let's get through this storm. We'll talk next Saturday when it's nice and dry again right here in beautiful Southern California. I'm Warren Eckstein, and thank you for listening to The Pet Show.